collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and inches.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it?
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Burrow will throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Let's go, D. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Crunch time, defense. 52's the Mike. Watch Mike, watch Mike. Hey, watch this.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. Got a man open, it's Ross. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 11 more on that one and another first down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Throwing on 2nd down. Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
A gain of 27 on the play. 1st down, Ravens.
Here we go. 56.
From the gun, Jackson. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Second time, defense. Second time, defense. Let's go. Check, check.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
The ball carrier.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
From the 25 on 2nd down. Jackson, open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Raven, 1st down.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Ravens, nothing.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16.
Patrick Queen.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
On the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 16-yard line.
Now Burrow. Flush to his right. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
It's Mixon on the counter. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. The 30, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Bengals add on to their lead. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
He's taken down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult 1st half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
J.K. Dobbins.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Play action. It's Jackson. And he's going to go down. They they sack him back right around the 30. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson now. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And this one is right down the middle. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Their own 21-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
On 2nd down, Burrow. Open man is Ross, complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. First down, here's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete to the tight end Hopkins. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 22 yards there, a 1st down. They run the counter. Mixon. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's a run with Mixon. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow, eluding the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. K'Lavon Chaisson in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They snapped that at 1. Now it's Burrow. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, the good news, they got to stop defensively. The bad news, this is a huge hole that they're in right now. How do they start to dig out of it?
That's a great question because we're not even going to talk about how do they win it, right? We want to see how they can kind of claw back and at least make themselves feel better about the game because this one is likely out of reach, but maybe one possession at a time. Try and play a little bit better and have some respect when you come out of the game.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Throwing is Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field, and that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
37 yards on the punt with no return, and the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Joe Mixon. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he is going to have a Bengals first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mixon with a first down carry. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. This O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
The tackle made by Caleb Chason.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Buying time to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Logan. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 18. He got 29 yards that time. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So 2nd and 10, third quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Ross. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Here we go.
Again, it's Burrow. Dancing to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on 3rd down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one.
6 yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And their lead will swell up to 28. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, Parker, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
On the play. It's 2nd down.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Jackson. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 15, but it's 3rd down.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Jackson now off the bootleg. And that will be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Got a man open, it's Ross. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love that you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, Wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throw left side complete. It's Douglas. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
On the coverage.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. On third down, Burrow. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's fourth down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late. Oh, and for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Being chased out left. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Second and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score, Bengals 45, Ravens 3. Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now this is Callaway on the receiving end. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by J.C. Bates. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So they lost yardage, and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead. But I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Bound to lose one.
after the delay. They're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Mike, 50.
Play action. It's Burrow. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Returnable here from the 38. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over.
39-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Baltimore. Frank Clark there on the stop.
They'll go again with Dobbins. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of a yard.
On 3rd down, Dobbins. And he's got the 1st down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost.